If you're running a viral sweepstakes or a viral competition, you're going to want to familiarize yourself with the Sweepstakes Console. For the viral competition, it's called the Competition Console, but it is exactly the same. All of the same options are there. So I'm going to show you how to access this and do things like select winners, ban people who might be doing fraud, that type of thing. But this is a great place to view all the people who have entered your sweepstakes. So if you get any questions from them about, hey, why didn't I get a point for this or an entry for that, you'll have a nice view where you can find those people and see exactly what happened. So take this viral sweepstakes. It's time to select winners. So I can either click here or next to any campaign, even while it's running. You can also access this by clicking this action dropdown and selecting Sweepstakes Console. The console is going to automatically select the sweepstakes that you just clicked the action dropdown next to, but if you want to switch to other sweepstakes, you could do that as well right here. And please note that if you're running a weekly or a monthly competition that's selecting a winner multiple times, there will be another drop-down box where you can select the time frame that you are actually managing, because each one of those iterations of your contest is going to have a completely separate place for you to manage it, because there's a winner selected each week or each month. So this one only has one contest period, so I'm just going to keep it simple and select this one. What you're going to see down below is a grid with all of the participants in the campaign. You can search that based on the message, the email, the first name, last name, or the display name that they selected during the sweepstakes. There's a couple of other options over here. If you have never selected a winner yet, this is going to say, when you hover over it, select finalists. If you've already selected finalists, then this is going to say reselect finalists. Because what happens when you click this button is it is automatically going to assign a winner rank to everybody. So it'll reshuffle all of the participants. It is going to factor in how many entries they have. So for example, this person had fewer entries than this person, but they were selected first because it is still a random drawing. But this person was twice as likely to be selected as the winner as this person. And against all odds, this person actually won. And the reason this person is twice as likely to win is because they had 200 votes and this person only had 100. So that's how the select finalists work. And the reason we have multiple winners and we rank it all the way down, it actually assigns ranks to the first 100 people who are the winners. And the reason we do that is you might find that there's fraud for this particular person, so you skip them and go to the next person. That allows you to not have to validate every single entry. You only need to validate the person that we selected as the winner. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to jump over to the next feature here, which is block IP addresses. You can actually block an entire range of IPs. So if you have a fraudulent competitor who is doing something that you don't like, you can actually block the entire IP. And what that does is even future actions by that person will be ignored. So I'm going to show you how to manage that once we get into the entry detail in just a moment. This is the export participant list. You can also do this back on the campaign grid, but this is a great way to just generate a CSV of all the participants. On the left, we have an actions dropdown, and this is the fun part. So once we take a person here, like test guy, and this is a test campaign, these aren't actual people, we're going to click actions, and there's a few more options you have. You have a detailed profile, which will show you everything they've done with your software. Even if they've engaged with your social media posts that you've done through our software, it's going to show that. Change profile image. If you're running a campaign like a photo campaign that shows their profile image next to their entry, then this would be of interest, but it's not really that helpful on the sweepstakes or the competition because we don't display their profile anywhere. Merge profiles. What this does is, let's say you have two people who clearly are trying to game the system by entering twice. You may choose to keep both entries, but you want them to show up as a single entry. So what you could do is merge profiles. on this person and select the other one, and it will actually combine them into one and then merge together all their entries. View entry detail. What this one's really interesting. I'm going to click this one. So this gives you a whole console to manage fraud. So now we're looking at each one of their bonus entries. As you could see, they got 50 entries based on this bonus entry, referred friends who went to their website, and that earned them 50 entries. So for this one in particular, let's say that this one right here we wanted to click on and move this to not counted. And the reason we might do that is, look at this. The IP address that's in blue is the IP address of the person who entered the campaign. So this is the same IP address, even though the cookie is different. And we tend to we block people based on their cookie ID. So it looks like what this person did was they referred themselves, they went to a different computer on the same IP address, and then they click through to the website in order to earn something extra. So even though the cookie ID, which is something that's recorded on an actual device, so maybe they went to their cell phone that's connected through the same Wi-Fi, so it has the same IP address. So this just looks a little suspicious to me. So if I want to move this to not counted and then reselect finalists or just skip this person, I can just click this to highlight it and then click to move to not counted. Oops, I double clicked. So once you know it's highlighted, you'll click to move to not counted, and now it's gone and it won't be included anymore. So if you want to look at the not counted folder, like if somebody's saying, hey, wait a minute, why did my 50 points go away? Or 50 entries, you would click on the not counted folder and it will actually show you the one that you just moved to not counted. So now you've got a complete accounting of what happened. You can go back to counted now, and from here you can actually, some people have so much activity that you just need to export it to a CSV and look at it in a spreadsheet. I've done this myself. Like I'll export it to a CSV and then sort it based on the IP address and look for groups of IP addresses. If I find one that is involved in, especially if it's involved in multiple different people, like the top 3 or 4 people have these referrals from the same IP address that looks abusive, what I can do is then copy this IP address, go back over here to where it says block IP. I can enter that IP address, purge and block. So now it's not only going to block it from the ones that are here, if that individual tries to interfere in my campaign again, only this campaign it's going to do this to. But if the campaign hasn't ended and they try to do something again, it's going to ignore all of their actions. And that's it. That's how you select a winner and how you purge people who are acting in a fraudulent manner.